Hello people, I'm Paige, and welcome to my Halloween vlog. I don't have a costume because by the time you see this, I'm probably just gonna spend the day with my mom watching the Rocky Horror Picture Show because that's what we do every Halloween. But I figured I might as well give you a bit of an update on what's going on in terms of content. That's good, head. So for this Halloween, I originally planned to do something special. Something really big and amazing to try and outdo what Yuginami managed to pull off in Duel of Darkness. There would be dueling, there would be emotions, there would be stunts, and I'll be filming most of it outdoors. Sounds really ambitious, don't it? Well, as it turns out, the more ambitious you make your project, the less certain its future becomes. Let's talk about that. The first hurdle that threw me off was the editing. Originally my plan was to have Digi do the duel effects for me, like he did in Enter the Multiverse and Duel of Darkness, because these are essentially the same effects he does in his series, which is really good, by the way. Go watch it sometime. Unfortunately, Digi decided to bow out of this one because he wanted to focus on his own channel more, as well as catch up on various other friends' projects on his backlog. I really don't blame him for doing this, because ultimately, it is a logical decision. Season 2 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Question has been going on for way too damn long, and I really am excited to hopefully see some progress being made in the near future. But with Digi gone, how was I going to pull out the dueling effects I wanted? It's not like I can just be like Yugibrony and have basic shit appear on the screen and nothing else. Fresh. Now, before you get your modems in a twist about me dissing Yugibrony again, I'm just going to say this. I have no beef with Yuginami. He's a cool guy, and I wish him the best of luck in his streaming and other endeavors online. If you see me refer to him as Yugibrony from now on, I'm referring to who he was in the past when he made his Duel with Yugibrony series, which I'm not particularly a fan of. So by referring to that era as Yugibrony and this current era as Yuginami, I can compartmentalize my emotions and riff on that particular time in his video making career, while simultaneously maintaining a healthy level of respect for the person that he is today. Now that that tangent's out of the way, how the hell am I going to edit this thing? Digi makes it look so easy. It must be that editing software he uses, right? So I downloaded Wondershare Filmora and gave it a try. Hashtag not sponsored. I haven't gotten around to testing any dual effects on it yet, but I did use it to edit some recent videos on this channel. And I found that not only does Filmora provide a lot of kick-ass built-in effects and stock media, but it doesn't crash as often as Vegas used to do. And I can actually see the video preview on the main monitor without the frame rate dropping like the bass. So I guess one good thing came out of this project so far. But I think the biggest thing about this project is who I decided should be in it. Now this section goes into major spoiler territory. So if you'd rather not know what happens in the video in case I do end up making it, please skip to the next chapter in this video. Are we alone now? Okay, here we go. Cactus Chris is coming back. He actually returned home months ago, and I've been taking some time to catch up with him and rekindle our friendship. I've actually planned for this big video to be an outlet for me and Chris to clear the air and come to terms with what we've each experienced since we parted ways. Unfortunately, when I wrote down all the emotions that played through my mind over those months, and then attempted to rationalize them by talking to people who had a, shall we say, less rose-tinted view of Chris than I do, excuse me, it made me question whether or not making this video, let alone attempting to rekindle any sort of relationship with Chris at all, was a good idea. To illustrate this, here's some stuff I recorded for a part of the video where the cake guy uses my actual, truthful thoughts about Chris to demoralize him. Ever since you left, I started mentally falling apart. With nobody to take me anywhere, I rarely, if ever, left the house, and when I did, it was for groceries or appointments. I never found the time to take pleasure trips, nor the courage to return to that game store ever again. I don't even talk to anyone there anymore. My confidence has all gone to shit. Aside from Orion, my only friends now are on the internet. I was crushed when I lost communication with you. That phone was the only thing keeping us in touch all this time, and I've been covering your ass on the bill for far longer than necessary. Honestly, I wasn't upset about having to pay for it. I was upset about how it all ended. When I gave my notice about cutting you off the plan, you were so nonchalant about it, it left me questioning whether you really cared about me anymore. My parents were bickering with each other louder and more frequently, and I was starting to lose my mind. My only escape was thanks to our moms still being good friends. Your mom gave me the opportunity to go into town more frequently, whether it was to help her with something or for us both to get some important shopping done. The circumstances didn't matter to me. It was nice to leave the house again, and we got along greatly. But sometimes she would talk about you and that new travel buddy you had. After I heard what happened to the car you borrowed from her and how sad she was, I was beyond disappointed. I was done. I was ready to put everything we had behind me and move on, because I honestly don't need this negativity in my life. But then I heard about the rumor that you returned. At first it was a fun joke thing. Ooh, I spotted Chris at the store. Like that Bigfoot shit. But then your mom outright confirmed that you were back. And this time for good. So many negative thoughts came flooding my brain in an instant. And let's just say our families keeping us separated for a few months was a very good precaution. When I eventually calmed down, I thought to myself, surely when we meet up again, everything will be better between us, right? I can't fucking take this anymore. I recently got back into contact with someone from the game store, and they've said some things about you that aren't exactly pleasant. Worse yet, some of the stuff he said about us actually contradicts some of the things your mom's been saying for months. Now I don't know who to believe. I'm now rethinking crucial parts of my life and spiraling into a pit of self-doubt and despair. How do I know if I can trust you again? How do I know if we can be friends again? Were we ever really friends in the first place? So yeah, the whole video is basically an allegory of my life. Chris and I are confronting the reality that is our individual states of mental disrepair as a result of the circumstances that didn't really align with our expectations. The aim of the video was for us to clear the air and set the record straight with each other. Give us a chance to forgive ourselves and each other for our failures, and reunite under a mutual promise that things will be better from now on. But right now I'm questioning whether this endeavor is a foolish waste of my fucking time. Okay, now that the spoilers are out of the way, I might as well also explain the state of the project in terms of completion. I haven't filmed anything outdoors yet, but I basically have everything recorded up until then. The reason I haven't filmed outside yet is mostly because of the weather. Rainy and stormy days aplenty, adding plenty of water to the dirt, thus forming it into dirt water, also known as mud. And while I am prepared to get dirty with my outdoor shots, mud is out of the question. Which means there's also no way in hell I could finish in time for Halloween as I originally intended. So the only hope I have now of seeing this project get finished and released at all is if we can get some good outdoor shots before the snow starts falling. I wrote this thing around the setting taking place in autumn, and that's one big thing that I simply refuse to budge on. But whether this project gets released or not, it's only fair I give you a teaser of what I've got so far. So without further ado, oh hey, I was wondering when you'd show up. What are you gonna do to me this time? Check my body, check my accounts, check my computer?
While I do enjoy this game we have, I'm afraid I'm here on more serious matters this year. I've heard everything you said, and there's only one thing I have to do now.
What's that?
Let's just say when I return from my errands, your suffering will be over, and everything will fall into place.
Wait, you're leaving already?
Physically, yes, but know this, Rampage. I will always be a part of you.
Yuki. Anyway, without further ado, I'm going to play the trailer now, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for watching, and happy Halloween. I'll check you later. Peace. D-Page has returned to screw with M-Page's mind once again.
We loves the cactus. We loves him so much. No, we hates the cactus. We hates him so much. Love, hate, love, hate.
At this time, he may push him off the deep end. Will anyone save him before it's too late?
I just couldn't take it anymore. I failed you.
Sealed with a duel, coming soon.